We saw a part of the video, which was like 20 seconds. That went on for 3 minutes and 30 seconds. 3 minutes of that for a child sounds crazy. What were you doing for that long? So have you heard the story about the teacher who was just arrested because he put a child in a chokehold, beat him with an extension cord, and also put his hands on him? This is one of the crazy stories I've ever heard.
No, I haven't heard this.
So we covered the teacher, and I don't know what's going on with teachers in America right now, because we just covered the teacher who got fired after she wanted to pursue her rap career. Then we covered the teacher who got fired because he had little girls braiding his hair in the classroom and tried to defend it, and it went viral. That one was bad enough. This one is by far, I don't even think they should even be put in the same category. But this one takes it to a whole new level with a principal putting his hands on a child, and it was all caught on video. And he didn't even know. So he didn't even know until they picked him up. But this is the story.
For aggravated child abuse, and he reportedly didn't know that it was all being caught on camera.
This video from inside a classroom shows Dante Prophet struggling with the child and holding him down. Fox 35's Hannah McKenzie was at Destiny Leadership Academy in Marion County for the parents' meeting tonight and shares their shock.
The shocking 3-minute, 13-second clip appears to show Dante Prophet fighting to restrain a young child on May 10th. The child thrashing to get away. At one point, the 33-year-old principal of Destiny Leadership Academy in Ocala pins the child to the ground between his legs. According to the Marion County Sheriff's Office, the principal didn't know he was being recorded.
I don't know if you know this or not, but there's a security camera in that room. There is. Yeah, and they caught everything on camera. Everything.
Accused of putting the child in a chokehold, using a charging cable to strike him, and slapping his face, Prophet is now charged with aggravated child abuse and false imprisonment of a child.
Turn around for me. Okay, bring back. You're under arrest, okay?
But it's not his first time.
Now, that's crazy. I don't know how you feel if you're a parent and you see this video, because we can call the police after. I don't want y'all to call nobody.
Not yet.
Y'all can call him after we done, but I don't want nobody picking him up off the street first. First of all, I don't understand how in any way he thought this was acceptable. And the fact that he thought that this could happen and there was no cameras is even crazier, because if there wasn't cameras, his ass would still be on the street and working at another school district.
And possibly doing this to another child.
And this is not even the craziest part. The craziest part is the man had already had charges before he became the principal at this school. Check this out.
Being charged with a felony relating to a child. Prophet was arrested in May 2019. Court records show he was accused of sexually molesting a child who he met while working as a camp counselor in 2017. Prophet charged with lewd and lascivious molestation to a child and attempt to commit interfering with child custody. The case has been ongoing. In June 2023, documents state Prophet violated his probation. Then in July, the case was closed. Records show the prosecutor dropped one of the charges and the court withheld adjudication on the other, meaning he wasn't convicted.
And adjudication is not technically a conviction, but from what I understand, depending on how it's used, it is still you technically accepting that this is something that you did, but they're just not holding the charge against you if you don't do anything else in the future. But my problem is how do you even get a job at a school with this type of record?
That's what I don't understand either. Like, what has to happen for these people to not be allowed to work around children again? Like,
exactly.
This, you got to catch them on camera. I mean, how bad does he have to be or assault and then molest? There's no way.
It should be too much liability for you to let him be at your school. And it sounds like, I don't know if this school is a private school, but it sounds like it was a private school. For you to also be trusting people who you are not even sending to a public school, but a private school, for them to hire someone like that, not as a teacher, but as the damn principal, don't make no sense to me. And the fact that he thought that it was okay for him to be in the office with this child in a closed door and could handle him like this and nothing would happen.
And he knew, you know what? He knew. He didn't look confused when he was being arrested. He didn't say anything. It was like, oh, they caught me.
Oh, there's a camera in there? Yeah, you stupid. You don't even know what the old school you were principal at, where the camera's at? Thank God he didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Or he didn't care enough to try to find out. And again, imagine being this kid and now you are fighting. I don't care what he did. I don't care. It's not your job as a teacher to put your hands on a child.
To be
call
restraining him.
If he's that bad and he's tripping, call the police if you got to. If you can't get the parent. This is not 1990. Like, this ain't the 80s. You can't take a kid into a room and give him a spanking. Don't touch my kid. I don't even know you. Like, I don't want you doing none of that. And again, grabbing a charging cable, putting him in a slapping him around.
And then the part where he was literally on top of him.
Again, there are ways that you shouldn't be using them at school. I know at like certain residential treatment centers where they have young boys, they have certain techniques they teach in order for you to restrain a child if they get too belligerent. Because a lot of these kids are in the system, they don't have their parents, they do act out and sometimes get very violent, or they have been through multiple violent things.
But this ain't one of them places.
This ain't one of them places.
And that wasn't the restraint.
That's not how you restrain a child. And again, if you are going to do something like that, then you should not be doing it in a room by yourself with the door closed alone. And this ain't how you handle it.
That part, I agree with that. If there is a child that's being unruly and getting physical, you call somebody else in. And there definitely should be a technique, but this is him just roughing this kid up and physically handling him.
And again, we saw a part of the video, which was like 20 seconds. That went on for 3 minutes and 30 seconds. 3 minutes of that for a child sounds crazy. What were you doing for that long?
Right, and does it say how old this child was? Do we have an age? Because it doesn't look like it's a big high school kid.
It's an elementary school. We don't have his exact age. So
that's a minor.
Exactly.
For real minor.
Yeah, so we were talking about at the oldest 12, at the oldest 10. Like, you know what I'm saying? Again, I could not imagine me seeing a grown man climb on top of my son. You gonna die, you gonna die today. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I can't imagine. But yeah, so I don't know. I think it's terrible. I'm glad he got caught. But the problem is that there's stuff that goes on like this in schools every day, and with guys like this who are not caught. And it's just a shame that, you know, I understand, because we talk about it all the time, and we cover a lot of stuff that happens in these teachers' stories where these teachers are getting caught with kids or doing stuff to kids. We cover that stuff. And I understand when someone has a squeaky clean record and they were able to, you know, get into your system. You had no way to know. You know what I'm saying?
But this, he had
a record. Y'all did a background check. So you telling me you did a background check before he got to this school, and you see these charges? I don't give a damn if they were taken. You cannot have these charges and work in anybody's school.
Because what were you doing that you were even accused of this?
I don't care. It don't even matter. And it seems like he already had the job, and they just recently closed the case.
This is a pending case, so we don't know.
So while you were working there, more than likely the case had been pending during this. You shouldn't be here.
Somebody hired him. Somebody said, you know what? This is the best guy for the job. And then now we have this.
Exactly. So I believe these parents should sue this school for as much as they possibly can, as well as the principal, because they put these children, and not just this one, in harm's way. And if he did it to this child, who knows how many other children.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's other kids that come forward, if there are other cases.
Yeah, because, you know, this is just but allegedly he was accused of things much worse in the past with minors, and he shouldn't have been nowhere near a child. So again, this whole entire situation is crazy. Why you would catch a case like this and then want to go be a teacher is crazy to me. You could go, you know, patties. You can go be a truck driver. You can go do a lot of things.
Just go in a whole nother field, just not around children.
But for you to think that this is your path is crazy to me. So it looked like the officer wanted to put his hands on him when he pulled up. But it's a sad situation. I'm glad he got caught, and thank God they had cameras.
And I hope that little boy ends up being all right.
I hope he is too, because that's not okay. And to have gone through that for so long, I'm glad whoever listened to him pursued it and got this man put in cuffs. So if we get any updates, we'll definitely let you know. But this is all that we have right now.